Welcome to Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide Sports, and I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama women's basketball team, Wendell Hudson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Chris, thank you. You know, it's been a while since we've had this little meeting, but since that time, I want to tell the world, you finally came through for me. I'm telling you. I've been trying to get some video of when I played back in here and get it all put together, and Chris finally came through. We're not going to talk about how long that's taken, okay?
It did take a while, but the main thing is you have it, and you now have some video of when you play here at Alabama for the men's basketball team, so it's got to be pretty nice, though, right?
It is. It was fun watching it.
Sorry it took so long. Well, let's talk about women's basketball here. You've taken on four of your last 5 games have been against top 25 opponents. How has that been for you, and what is that going to do for this team, though, going forward towards the end of the season? Is that going to give them some confidence? Have they played some tough opponents?
Well, I think the most important thing is that we have played tough teams, and we have, in those games, each one of those games, we played well. Maybe not the Texas A&M game, that was kind of one, but in the other 3 games and the 4 games we played since then, I thought we played awful well, and then in stretches we've gotten everything that we wanted to get. And when we talked about the Tennessee game, for example, we got the shots, especially early, when they were making shots and we had opportunities and we had wide open shots and we had layups, and we got to finish those things. And I think that's the big key, is that we played well. Kentucky, for example, is a team who press, they press all the time. That's what they do, and they do a very good job of it. But they got out of the press and went back and played a 2-3 zone against us. And that's a compliment, because they couldn't press us the way they normally press other teams. And so there's a lot of good things that have happened. And now we just got to continue to get better and better, and continue to, really and truly, Chris, this is keep your head up, because, you played an awful good schedule, pre-conference, and open the conference up is with what nobody else has opened it up with. And so now let's settle down and get ready to play and play games and play teams and learn from those experiences. But, the fact that you've been in every game and had an opportunity in every game, the ending scores has not been indicative, especially in several of those games as the way we played. And so we just got to finish some shots.
Coach, a couple of things that you have done well this season. You ranked 15th in the nation in steals, 3rd in turnover margin. So those numbers have to have you pretty excited, because if you can do those things well, that's going to pretty much keep you in some ball games, right?
Right, and especially with the teams we play. Everybody's turning the ball over and giving us the ball. We're not converting enough of them, Chris. But as far as from that standpoint, and steals, and we're playing aggressive defense, and we're containing. If you would say what the shortcoming of this team is right now is defensive rebound. We got to do a better job of rebounding the basketball, because it's not the first shot that's really hurting us, it's the second shot that's really hurting us. And so we're working on that, and we're talking about it all the time, and we're working on it all the time. But that's one of those things right there where if we get a little better at that and then convert some of those shots, I think we're going to be okay.
Well, Coach, coming up on Thursday, you have a rivalry game against Auburn. It's going to be a tough matchup, but what is this team preparing for? What are they doing to prepare for Auburn on Thursday night?
Well, it's Auburn, so you don't have to get everybody excited about getting ready to play there, and I'm quite sure Auburn is getting excited too about playing us. But that's the next conference game also, and it's a home game. It's a game that we want to try to go out and play our best, and also cut down on some of the mistakes that we've made, but finish some of the shots that are there. And play the way that we play. For longer stretches. I think that would be the big key. One of the things I talked to some of the announcers that have done our games on TV, and I wanted them to understand this, is that a quick shot for us is not a bad shot. That's the way we play. Right. And sometimes people, I know I told them, I said, sometimes you all sit over and say, oh, that's a bad shot. Well, we play an up and down tempo, so a quick shot for us, and the shot, not the shot clock running down, is the way we play basketball. And so, and they have said after the game, a couple of them said, yeah, Coach, you're right, because we make those comments. And that's what we got to do. We got to take those early open shots, but we need to make more of them.
Well, Coach, and then on Sunday against Vanderbilt, it's the annual Power Pink event. Just kind of talk about matching up against Vanderbilt, but also the power of pink. What does that mean to this women's basketball team?
Well, of course, the power of pink is, you're talking about breast cancer awareness and breast cancer prevention and raising money and funds for that. That's important to all of us, not just the women's basketball team. We all are affected by that. And so to be a part of that, that's important to me and for the team. And, the team has done a couple of things leading up to the Power Pink game, and so we would like people to come out and really support that particular basketball game like we would all the games, but that is for a special cause and a good cause, and it affects everybody. So we need to be aware of that, and everybody needs to be ready to participate.
And then the matchup against Vanderbilt, how do you see this team kind of matching up against them?
Well, Vanderbilt's another team, that's right there. I think we have in the conference, we got 2 or 3, maybe 4 teams that are in this group, and then we got the rest of us kind of down here. And Vanderbilt's one of those better ones, and I think that from a matchup standpoint, we're looking forward to playing against Vanderbilt, and of course with the pink game, and so the excitement around that whole game should be really good.
Coach, as you said, the team has done some things leading up to the Power Pink game. The team on Monday went to the Manderson Cancer Center. Just what does that do for the team to be able to give back a little bit, even during the season, be able to do that?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and I think that the players really benefit more from this than the people that you go and see, is that you realize that, all of the things that you take for granted and all of the things sometimes you complain about, it's not that important. It's not that bad either.
Right.
And so, especially when you look at people who going through chemo and radiation and have different situations that they have to deal with. So the realization of it is, I think it's good for our team to, not just be focused on basketball or athletics and not just be focusing on themselves. Reach out, and we've tried to do that in the community, and I think it's a good thing that hopefully we help some of the people that was in that center, but I think the biggest benefit is for the young ladies who will benefit from understanding that in the real world, there are real problems, and, hey, it's not ever as bad as you think it is.
No, that's right. Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming by. Good luck on Thursday against Auburn, and then again on Sunday against Vandy for the Power Pink game.
Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome, Coach. For head coach Wendell Hudson, I'm Chris Fringland for Crimson Tide Connection.